but my dreams wouldn't leave me alone. So what happened was I ended up having these monks, Franciscan monks, come into my dreams. And in many of my previous shows, I've talked about them in detail. And I talk about them in detail in the book, how they just kind of showed up during a regular random dream. And my dream froze, just like your page freezes on your computer, something like what mine just did. And then I had a little circle. My dream had a little circle in the middle of it, that dream window, sort of like on my computer when it went down. And that window opened up in the dream world into another realm. And in that realm, the Franciscan monks, there were 3 of them, told me, took my hand, put it on my breast and said, hey, you've got breast cancer right here. Do you feel it? Go back to your doctors. Don't take no for an answer. Don't even bother to make an appointment. Just show up. Tell them you need a second set of tests. And long story short, I'm still here. So what I want to talk about tonight is crisis, really deep crisis. I want to talk about the hauntings and the healings that we have during crisis. So we're going to be talking about things like, why is that happening? What is crisis? Why do we have crisis? What can we do to get out of that crisis? And how can dreams help us during a deep crisis? Now, we have little crises all the time. Like I just went through a little crisis getting back onto the show with you. But I'm talking about the really big ones that we're going through. Some of us have lost our homes in fires. Others of us have lost our homes and loved ones in floods. We've lost our jobs. We have to move. We've basically lost everything. Those are the kind of deep crises I'm talking about. So, again, my name is Kathleen Kanavos, but my friends all call me Kat, and I hope you will too. And, so we're going to be talking about how to overcome a deep crisis. First of all, we want to define it. What is it? And one of the things that goes along with deep crisis is anxiety attacks. What's an anxiety attack? We're going to talk about that. What are those anxiety attacks telling us? And how do we overcome them? And why do we want to? What life experiences have prepared you and prepared me during that time to overcome that really deep crisis? I thought I was going to die. I really did, especially when the breast cancer came back as stage 4 recurrence. I mean, very few people survived that. And how did I keep my sanity? How did I not commit suicide? Because I thought about it. I really did. When you're in deep crisis, you're looking for a way out. And any way out other than where you are looks pretty darn good. So what experiences have you had that can help you overcome this crisis and the panic attacks? How can looking back help us to move forward? And why is the past our friend? So these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. But before we do, I want to go through our protection meditation. And I really want to throw it all around this computer, all around my house. And hopefully it will keep us going and we won't have any more drop-offs. Even if the internet comes back on, let's make sure with our meditation and our desire, our voice desire, that it's not going to interfere with the internet that I'm on right now. Okay, let's just kind of put that right out there to the universe, and let's see if that flag gets saluted. So, for those of you who are new to the show and are just listening, maybe you're driving in your car and you're listening to me on your computer or on your radio, which you can do. Um, don't close your eyes during meditation. It'll still work. It will work. And you can always go back at a later time when you're not driving and go to this show online and watch it. Watch everything that I'm saying and doing, the book I'm holding up, the pages that I'm sharing with you. And you can do that by going to my website, Kathleen O'Keefe Canavos.com, or you can search Kat, K-A-T, the Queen of Dreams. That's Kat, the Queen of Dreams. Click on it. It's going to take you right to my page, right to my website. And once you're on my website, if you look up at the top, you'll see a row of little black buttons. The second one from the left will tell you Dream Visions Radio. Click that. It will take you to my website on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. And you'll see my picture there. You'll know it's me. It'll say Dreaming Healing, Kathleen O'Keefe Canavos. And you just go down and look for the little TV with the rabbit ears from YouTube. Click that and voila, get to watch me. You get to watch me while I'm telling you all these things instead of just listening. It's a little bit more fun. So right now you get to watch me do the meditation while you join into it with me. Oh no, I think I just lost you again. Did I lose you? No, I didn't. It flickered. It flickered. You can't flicker, internet. You can't flicker tonight. Behave yourself. So I want everybody to get really relaxed. Okay, even if you're driving, you can relax. Just hold on to the wheel and pay attention. You can just listen to me with your other ear. Okay, I want you to sit deeply in your seat. Feel yourself relaxing. Feel your shoulders dropping. Feel your whole back just relaxing and sitting deeply in your chair. I want you to take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay, we're going to take the first one together now. Deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine any negativity from this week, anything caught up in that breath of life, and blow it out now, all the way across the room into this beautiful purple flame of Saint Germain. See it suddenly converted into beautiful golden light and energy and returned to the universe, all the way up to those pearly gates, beautiful gates, bouncing off the gates, coming down and entering your 7th chakra, your crown chakra, and filling your whole body with that warm, tingly, golden light. Feel it tingling from your toes up to your nose, and from your nose back down to your toes. That tingling is connecting us with the universe. Again, deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine anything negative you may have said or done to someone this week. Caught in that breath of life. Blow it out. Into the purple flame of Saint Germain. See it converted into beautiful energy going up, past the stars, past all the planets, up to the pearly gates, kind of bouncing off of it like beautiful sunlight, back down and filling your whole body with golden light. One more time, deep breath in. Hold it. Imagine anything from your past when you were young that was done to you, said to you, shown to you that was negative. Caught in that breath of life. Blow it out. Gone. It is gone into the purple flame of Saint Germain. See it converted into beautiful golden light that now goes back up through the universe, up to the pearly gates, where it turns around, comes back down, and fills your whole body with that warm, tingly, golden light. Now I want you to imagine holding a power gift in your hand, and a power gift is anything that has the power of love in it. It can be your favorite flower, your favorite stone, your favorite book, a piece of jewelry, anything at all that holds the power of love, because love is the strongest power. Take that power gift, holding it in your hand, and let's swing it all around our body from our head to our toes to create this mirrored bubble around us that only allows that which is of the highest and best, brought by our spirit guides and guardian angels, bringing that into our bubble. Everything else is reflected back from whence it came. We wish it so, and therefore it is. When you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Maybe move your shoulders around a little bit. Feel yourself coming back into your body. If you need to, take your hands, put them in the prayer position, and push on them. Your fingertips, your hands, that's where all the pressure points are for your whole physical body. So when you press on them like that, like you're praying, you pull yourself right back down in, because that's a powerful meditation. It's the one I used every single night when I was going through treatment in order to keep any negativity around me at bay. And I thought, because I was in such crisis, that if I died during the night from my treatment or my cancer or who knows what else, I would die in a state of grace, cleansed, protected, and that's how I would go to heaven. Through the sacred dream doors, right into heaven. So that meditation always gave me a lot of confidence, power, and it made me feel secure and safe. And when you're getting ready to go to sleep, when you're in crisis, you need to feel safe. So, what are anxiety attacks? It's your inner selves yelling at you, help, help us. We can't deal with this by ourselves. We need to unite. What's happening? You need to hear us. We're telling you, we're frightened. So in a way, to a degree, our inner selves, and we're made up of so many people. We're so much more than id, ego, and super ego. Oh yeah, we've got inner grandparents. We've got inner children who are scared out of their mind when we're in crisis. We have inner teenagers who fortunately think nothing's going to ever kill us. So sometimes they're the ones that we got to kind of hang on to. And we have inner parents who go, look, I know our inner grandparents have remembered everything we've ever done in this life and past lives. So if we need to, we can go to them to collect the information we need to get through this crisis. But most importantly, what our inner selves are saying is, yeah, help, but we're not alone. Even if we're marooned on an island by ourselves, with all of our inner selves there with us, we're not alone, and we can get through that crisis. By hook or by crook, we're going to get through that crisis. Every experience that we've had after we were an infant is a stepping stone to that crisis. Every little fall we took when we were learning to walk was a crisis. Watch a baby, tiny baby in diapers, learning to walk. Oh, they get so frustrated. They pull things down on them. They cry. Do they give up? No, they do not. And that's one of our lessons. What we're going through with this crisis is baby steps, learning how to figure out what it is we need to do to get through this crisis. So if you look at those little stepping stones, if you go back and look at them, suddenly the fear will go away. Because what's going to happen is we're going to realize that every time we're in a new crisis, it's the worst one in the world. It's the worst one we've ever had. There's nothing to compare it to. Or is there? Whether it's us in diapers, falling down when we're first learning to walk, or it's dying of a crisis. Every crisis we had up until now is going to help us get through this one. That's why we had them. And the one that we have after this horrible crisis, as horrible as this one seems, we're going to be in the next one and go, you know what? I remember when I thought the world was ending. I remember when I thought I could not survive that last crisis. And guess what? I did. And here I am facing another one. I can get through it. Until I am dead in the ground with dirt on top of me, I'm going to get through it. Another thing to remember when we're going through a crisis is one of the most important things that we can do. And again, if you look at a tiny baby in diapers, learning to walk, as he's, trying to teeter, what's he doing? He's making noise. What's that noise? He's talking to himself. He hasn't gotten old enough to have people say, like teachers in the classroom, shh, no talking. Or somebody else saying, are you talking to yourself? That's really weird. We don't talk to ourselves. That's our norm for being civilized human beings. We don't talk to ourselves. Let me tell you a little secret. My husband will yell to me from another room and say, Kat, are you talking to yourself again, or do you have somebody in there with you? The answer to both of those questions is yes. I am talking to myself again. I'm talking to myself to calm myself down because I've just done something that's totally destroyed something, like my computer. And I'm talking to myself to keep myself calm enough to go back and think about the past times I did this. What did I do to get out of it? And I need to do it again. And guess what? You'll start talking to yourself back again. In other words, you're talking to yourself and yourself is going to talk back to you. You're going to hear them in your mind and they're going to talk you through the steps. Talking to yourself is extremely important. When my dad went to Vietnam, when he came back, he was a Green Beret. He had no base. He wandered around in the jungle with the Montagnards, and he had a Chinese battalion. So what he brought back with him was never eating rice again, and he had to sleep in a separate bedroom with his knife under his pillow in order to get to sleep. And we had to stand from the doorway and call to him. You did not go in the bedroom under any circumstances and touch him. Oh my gosh, if you touched him, He was on the ceiling with his knife out, and you had to kind of wait for him to peel himself off and come back down. He had really bad PTSD. And one night he had a really bad nightmare. It was a traumatic nightmare. It was a night terror. A night terror is when you jump up and you act that nightmare out. And he was in the bedroom acting that nightmare out. My mom went in. I heard him. So I'm down peeking around the corner, and my mom is on the floor with him saying, no, John, everything's okay. They're passing us by. They're walking past now. Just stay down, stay really quiet. They'll pass over us. They won't see us. They can't see us, John. They can't see us. See? They're gone. They're gone. They're gone, John. It's okay. Get up. We can get back in the bed now. And do you know, my dad got up with the Bowie knife, got back in bed, put it back under his pillow, went to sleep. And my mom saw me as she walked out the door, and she said, you can talk to someone when they're sleeping if they're having a really, really bad dream. Just make sure they're not holding a knife. I remember thinking, yeah, did you know he had the knife before you walked in there or after? But I guess she was so into it when then there wasn't much she could do except try and talk him out of it. But I remember my dad saying he dealt with a lot of soldiers coming back from Vietnam with PTSD. And he said the best thing you can do is talk. And we're going to talk about that talking when we come back from a break. So don't go away. You are listening to Dream Vision 7 Radio Network on Dreaming Healing. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Are miracles real? Can you move from mayhem to miracles? 30 prominent authors say yes as they share their high fives and down lows of challenges, abuse, addiction, and love. Experience hope, the magic elixir of miracles, through the personal stories of New York Times bestselling authors James Redfield, Dr. Bernie Siegel, Sister Jenna, Reverend Temple Hayes, and many more. If you like bestsellers, chaos to clarity, and crappy to happy, you'll love crying and laughing through mayhem to miracles. Sacred stories of transformational hope. Available now on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide.
Did you know that every word you speak matters? What you say and how you say it can make or break a relationship or shift the outcome of any situation. Are your conversations making a difference? Faith in God, gratitude, authenticity, and giving are Teresa Velarde's heart. It's in this spirit that she's focused on making a difference in the lives she's blessed to touch. Conversations That Make a Difference is now on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network every Tuesday at 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, with live call-in shows every first and third Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern.
World facing annihilation, a miraculous African nun rises to become the first female pope through a web of war, murder, and betrayal. Loved by some, hated by many, she becomes the deadly target of Islamic terrorists and her own cardinals as she introduces a new vision that will either save humanity or accelerate its destruction. 4 people must race against a nuclear holocaust to learn her astonishing secret. Pope Annalisa is available at petercanova.com, Amazon, and other online booksellers and bookstores worldwide.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we're talking about crisis tonight. Really, really bad crisis. How do you get out of it? And just before the break, I was talking about one of the ways, if you've got PTSD from your crisis, and I actually had PTSD from all my surgeries. I had like 21 surgeries by the time I was done. One of the ways you do that is by talking. Okay, so what do I mean by talking? What does that mean? It means you talk to yourself. And let me tell you why talking to yourself is so important. You can't lie to you. You can lie to a therapist. You can lie to somebody else, but you can't lie to you. So one of the things that I did when I had PTSD, I had white coat syndrome so bad that when I would see a white coat outside, I'd throw up. Just like that. It was really embarrassing. It was like it didn't matter what white I saw, any white at all, I threw up immediately. So I locked myself away in the house and didn't go out because I was afraid to. And I couldn't let Peter even wear a white shirt. I'd throw up. Didn't matter anything white. And it was my inner children screaming, we've had enough. And it was my inner adults saying, okay, we understand. You've had enough. You've had enough. And so I had this war going on inside of me. And the grandparents were saying, well, you can't stay in the house all the time and just puke every time you see something white. So I thought about what my dad had said. You know, you have to talk about it. You've got to talk. And I went into the bathroom and I came up with a technique I call mirror therapy. Sat down in front of the mirror. I looked at myself, and at first I didn't even want to look in my own eyes. I was just so disgusted with the fact that I couldn't leave the house because I would do nothing but throw up. I was mortified that this was happening to me. I couldn't believe that my brain and my emotions were so disconnected from my body, that my emotions could control me. It kind of pissed me off. It was like, it's not bad enough that I had to go through this. Now I got to deal with this mind scramble. And I sat down in the mirror in the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, and I spent the next 3 hours talking to myself. And what I ended up doing was saying to myself, you have the right to be pissed. You have the right to be sick. You have the right to throw up every time you see a white shirt because you've had it. You've had it. You're done. You're done with hospitals. You're done with white halls. You're done with white shirts. You're done with white everything. You're white cots, white sheets. You're done. I got it. I got it. We understand. And you have the right to feel that way. And I tell the inner children, you have the right to scream up and down the hallways of my mind, going, no, if I see white, I'm going to puke. And it took me 3 hours to absolutely nonstop speak to myself in order to finally get to a point. And I would check, because what I would do is just pick up a white piece of paper and look at it. And if I wasn't there yet, I'd throw up. And eventually I'd get a little sick, I wouldn't throw up, and eventually I stopped throwing up. Then came the big test where I had to get in the car and I had to make Peter drive, because if I was driving and saw a white line on the street, I puked all over me. Oh, it was lovely. It was such a good time. Not. So I spoke to myself in the mirror until I reached the point where I embraced all of my inner selves. And what I did was I put it in my book, Surviving Cancerland. And it's actually in the very beginning of it. And I'm going to read this to you because it was so important to me. I put it in here so that it could be helpful to anyone going through a really strong crisis. It's in the preface, and it's actually on the second page. It's XIV. It's not even a page number. It's like that close to the beginning, and it was that important to me to share it right off the bat. To effectively battle crisis, you must marshal your inner selves and work with them toward the goal of survival by using everything available to you. Everything. By searching within yourself through dreams, meditation, and prayers, you will find your own set of answers to any challenge. When faced with crisis, many of us are engulfed by fear, and we're engulfed by the fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown is almost as strong as the fear of fear itself. We don't know why we're afraid. We're just afraid. That's stronger than fear of the unknown, because with fear of the unknown, you figure something's going to show up and then you'll know what it is. But fear of fear, what do you do with fear of fear? That's where you start talking to yourself. Because it was the same for me. When my intuitive suspicions of breast cancer was medically confirmed, I considered suicide as a means of freeing myself from a painful uncertainty. I wanted to avoid the gruesome death my mom suffered 16 months earlier. Before I had time to fully grieve for her, I was now already grieving for myself. Unfortunately, I, like many of us, had forgotten that I was armed with lessons learned throughout life. Our inner selves are our links to those lessons. They never forget them. We must become united with them in our goal to survive. Without connecting with all of those inner selves, all of those baby steps, we're just not going to get out of that crisis. They've got the answers. They remember. And they can use that to help us move forward out of the crisis. I know it seems soon, but we've got to take another break because we had that period where we went kind of dark when the computer shut down on me again. But as you can see, hey, did it before, I can do it again. Yes, I can do it again. We'll figure it out. We'll turn it on, and we might be back together just in time for the last commercial, but who cares? Life goes on. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat Kanavos, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Why are we here? How can we be happy? Questions asked from millennials to boomers. Crappy to happy. Sacred Stories of Transformational Joy answers them using true stories of grit, grace, and love. James Redfield, author of The Celestine Prophecy, wrote in the foreword, "This book is a seminar about emerging truths and offers grounded solutions through the art of the comeback." Dr. Bernie Siegel, a contributing author, wrote, "Bodies die, but spirits and consciousness survive and recycle." So, grab some tissues, open your book, and prepare to cry and laugh till it heals. Crappy to Happy by Reverend Ariel Patricia and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and booksellers worldwide. Have you met your physician within yet? The Nautilus and multi-award-winning book, Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing, is a memoir that takes you down the rabbit hole of healing dreams and interpretations, mixed with conventional medicine and treatments. Listen to the hookah-puffing caterpillar ask, "Who are you?" Dr. Bernie Siegel says Kathleen's story is powerful, honest, and eye-opening. Surviving Cancerland, Intuitive Aspects of Healing by 3-time breast cancer survivor Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Buy the book and audio at KathleenO'KeefeKanavos.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers. Darkest hours to brightest moments, transformation from despair to happiness, and chaos to clarity. Real people, real pain, real healing. Life-threatening illness, death, abusive relationships, divorce, and overcoming addiction are challenges these men and women faced head-on. See how they emerged stronger and happier. Buy the new book, Chaos to Clarity, Sacred Stories of Transformational Change by Reverend Patricia Caginello and Kathleen O'Keefe Kanavos. Available on SacredStoriesPublishing.com and worldwide through Amazon and other retailers.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Dreaming Healing on Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. I'm your host, Kat Kanavos, and we're talking about crisis, really bad crisis tonight. How do you get through it? How do you overcome it? How do you embrace it? And people are going, embrace crisis? Yeah. If you make it a part of you, a positive part of you, you're going to be so powerful, you're not going to even believe it yourself. Yeah, seriously. You can embrace your crisis once you've overcome it. Think of it as taking a Rottweiler that's barking and snarling at you and threatening to rip your throat out, and learning how to teach it to be your friend, to be a part of you, to actually protect you. You can do it. People do it all the time. You have to gain the trust of all of your inner selves that you're going to work with them to embrace that Rottweiler, to hug that puppy, pet that puppy, make it a part of you. It's now part of the family. So how do you do that? Well, I'll tell you, your life experiences have prepared you to overcome your panic attacks or your crisis. In my case, you're probably thinking, well, like what? What could you possibly have done, Kat, to help you overcome the panic of thinking you're going to die from stage 4 recurrent breast cancer? I'll tell you, scuba diving with sharks. Yeah, you heard me right. Scuba diving with sharks has nothing to do with cancer and everything to do with cancer. So the first time I went down in the water to scuba dive, my first checkout dive, I hit the bottom down in the Keys, was by myself because I dropped like a rock. I didn't have any fat on me. It was just like a boom. There I was. Boop, there she is. And I look in front of me, and there, sleeping, is a shark. He was only about 5 feet, but underwater they look really big. It looked like he was, 100 feet. 200 feet, because you're down there blowing on these bubbles. You feel like you're out of your element, and they're looking at me as a reef shark. So I immediately start backing up, and start using sign language to my scuba dive instructor that there's a shark down there. There's a shark down the sharks. He's going, no, there's no sharks. There's no sharks here. There's a shark down there, right there. The shark. He comes down, he sees, he goes, oh my goodness. And I'm thinking he's going to say, everybody up. Instead, he gathers us all around. Look at it. And the shark is going, oh my God, there's divers. What are those? What are all those bubbles? We're all around him. We're taking pictures. We're looking at him. And suddenly this scary diver eating creature is really pretty. It's so pretty the way it shimmers in the light coming down. And it's just lying there going, I'm not alive. Don't touch me. I'm not alive. I'm actually a pile of sand. And we're all going, oh, look at that shark. Finally, when the shark realized we were not going to hurt it, and we realized it wanted nothing to do with us. It was not a danger. The danger was within our minds, the shark's mind and our minds, because we'd learned sharks, man-eating sharks, run into a shark underwater in scuba gear. It's going to eat you. It's going to chew you up and spit your tank out. Suddenly, the sharks were beautiful. And as soon as he swam away, he came back with friends. Why? Why would a shark bring back other sharks unless it wanted to eat us? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's no HBO, Showtime, or Cinemax down there. It's really boring. Day to day, same old stuff. Clam here, crab there, maybe something snapping. And here is a bunch of strange-looking critters blowing bubbles out the side of their face, taking pictures with these little square things that flash. And so he went to get his friends to bring them back and say, hey, let's just kind of lay around here and look at them, because this is way more interesting than seaweed. That's how you have to look at your crisis. That crisis with the sharks helped me get through so many more other crises. Diving with dolphin. The first time I got in with dolphin, I was scared to death because they were bigger than me. It didn't take me long to realize if I did not look afraid, they were not going to be afraid that I'd hurt them because I was afraid they were going to hurt me. You see how that works? Same thing with crisis. You're afraid your crisis is going to really hurt you. And your crisis is kind of afraid because it's part of you that you're going to hurt it, instead of integrating, learning, and being stronger for it. So by looking back, we can actually move forward. Yeah. Your past is your friend. If we visit it correctly, we're looking at it for the lessons in the difficulty. Be the scientist. What is the lesson in that difficulty? The past is a great place to visit, to retrieve that wisdom. Just don't stay there. You don't live there anymore, so don't try to move back in. So crisis and fear are a part of life. Everyone experiences them. Everybody, if you're alive, you're going to have one. Experiencing them is part of being human. Talk to yourself in mirrors and dreams. Your dreams are part of dream work. Your dreams will help you sort through solutions, multiple solutions for that crisis, and come up with the one that will work in your waking world. Use life's successful baby steps of the past to help you remember you have formulated solutions then, so you can do it now again and continue on your life purposed path. That's really important. You've got a purpose. That's why you're here. Don't let the crisis, don't let the fear of that crisis knock you out. Okay? So we've come to the end of our show, and I just want to remind you all, we are still accepting people onto the Read, Write, Relax, and Get Published Spirit at Sea Dreamy Writers Conference Cruise on Holland America, August 24th through the 31st. It is going to be so much fun. We are filling up, but it's going to be so much fun. Go to my website and you'll get all the information there, and I'm going to be adding more. But if you're interested, call Michelle Prey at 800-658-6869, or you can call me, 561-301-7940, and ask for the cruise. But hurry, because we are filling up fast. Until next time, remember, everybody dreams, but some dreams save lives. Good night, everybody, and embrace your crisis.
Thank you for joining us this evening, and a big thanks to our producer. Tune in next time to Dreaming Healing for more cutting-edge research, live dream interpretations, and stories with radio host and award-winning author Kat Kanavos. Listen every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern Time with call-in live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 radio network. Remember, everyone dreams, but some dreams save lives. Live your dreams. Find more about Kat at KathleenO'KeefeCanavos.com. That's Kathleen with a K. OKEEFEKANAVOS, or The Queen of Dreams on Google search.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.